Hi everyone, and welcome back to this week's episode of Children's Church. Now, on this very special day, have you said those three special words yet? What are those three words? That's right, have you said Happy Mother's Day to your mum yet today? If you have, then well done you. If you haven't yet, go do it now. Go and pause this video and go and say Happy Mother's Day, Mum. We're going to be thinking all about what makes our mums special today, and we're going to make something extra special for you to be able to give to your mum. But before we move on, we're going to sing a new song, and it's called What a Mighty God We Serve. And the actions are really, really easy. There's a little bit of jumping around in the chorus, but the actions go like this. You put your hand up, what a mighty God, and then lift your hands up, we serve. And you just keep going like that. And then it says, angels bow before him, so angels come down. Heaven and earth adore him, cross your arms. And then we go, what a mighty God we serve. Really, really easy. So are you ready? Let's go for it. What did you think of that new song? I love that little robot, the way he dances in the middle. It's really good. I'm going to hand over to you now to Molly, and Molly is going to read our story today about a very special mum from the Old Testament in the Bible. Her name was Hannah. Thanks, Molly.
Hannah's Promise. This story is about a woman named Hannah who really wanted to have a child. Every year she would go with her husband to a place called Shiloh. While they were there would be a big festival and everyone would celebrate all that God did for them. They would thank God for their crops and everything God gave them, and give sacrifices or presents to God to show how thankful they were. This sometimes made Hannah very sad because she wanted so badly to be thankful, but was discouraged because she couldn't have a child. That didn't mean Hannah moped around and felt sorry for herself, but in her heart she was very sad. Her husband still loved her very much and tried to make her feel better, but nothing seemed to work. Finally, Hannah did the one thing she knew that she could do to help her situation. One evening, while they had finished eating and drinking, Hannah went to the temple and began to pray. When Hannah prayed, she was very honest with how she was feeling. She sometimes cried a lot. and probably felt like God had forgotten her. But while she was praying, she promised God, "Dear God, if you would only look and see how sad I am and remember me, please give me a son. If you would do that for me, I will dedicate my son to you for his whole life." As Hannah was praying, there was a man named Ali, a priest, who was sitting nearby and saw her. While Hannah was praying, she was praying to herself. Her lips were moving, but Ali couldn't hear her say anything. We can pray just like this if we need to. We can pray to God in our heads so no one can hear. Ella realised that Hannah was being very honest and truthful with God, and he said to her, "Go in peace and God may answer your prayer." After that, Hannah left. She felt much better because she had talked to God about what bothered her. Early the next morning, she went to worship God before she went home. You see, sometimes God doesn't answer our prayers, but we can't just be mad forever and not talk or thank God for all the good things in our life. God knows what's best, so there's always a good reason why he hasn't answered your prayers. But a while later, a great thing happened. God, of course, remembered Hannah, because God doesn't forget any of us, and gave her a son, and she named him Samuel. Hannah had waited for so long for this child, and she loved him so much, but she remembered that she made a promise to God. Hannah was, to be honest, was an honest woman, and when she made a promise, she meant it. Again, Hannah had a good attitude and wanted to give Samuel back to God. She wasn't mad at herself and changed. She wasn't mad at herself and changed her mind. Hannah kept her promise. When Samuel was old enough, he went back to the place where she had prayed and said to Eli the priest, "Do you remember me? I am the woman that cried and prayed for this child, and he answered my prayer. Now I give him to the Lord. I will leave him with you to learn and work with you." So Samuel lived with Eli, and every year Hannah would pack her suitcase and visit him and bring him new clothes. It might have been hard for Hannah to see Samuel only once a year, but she was wanting to keep her promises. God blessed Hannah again and gave her and her husband even more sons and daughters. Samuel did very well, while same with Eli. Then one night something unusual happened. Eli and Samuel had both gone to bed and were having a nice sleep, when Samuel all of a sudden was woken up. Someone was calling him, "Samuel." "Oh, Samuel." It was Eli. So he ran to the bed and answered, "Here I am. You called me?" "But Eli, I did not call you. Go back and lie down." So Samuel went back to his bed. He didn't know this, but God was talking to him. Just as Samuel got settled, God said, "Samuel." And Samuel jumped up and went back to Eli and said, "Here I am. You called?" Again Eli answered, "No, I didn't call you. Go back to bed." The Lord called Samuel a third time, and Samuel got up and went to Eli again and said, "Here I am. You called me." Eli couldn't figure out what was going on. He had been thinking, who could be calling Samuel? There were only ones there. Suddenly, Eli realised there was only one other explanation to Eli. He told Samuel, "Go and lie down, and if the voice again says your name, say, 'Yes, Lord, I'm listening.'" Sure enough, Samuel went to lie down, and the Lord called again, "Samuel, Samuel." So Samuel quickly replied, "Speak, Lord, I am listening." From then on, Samuel knew when God wanted to talk to him, and he always listened to God. God blessed Samuel, and he grew up to be a great prophet or spoken person of the Lord. So Hannah did the right thing when she kept her promise to God. His son Samuel helped many people who know God better.
Wow, thanks, Molly. I know that was a really long reading, but you read it absolutely beautifully. Sam's going to do some craft with us now, and it's something special that you might want to be able to give to your mum. Thanks, Sam.
Hi everyone. So today is a special day. It's Mother's Day. So we're going to make a pop-up Mother's Day card with a flower in it. So we will need some red card, white paper. I've got pink paper, but you can have any colour that you want because this is going to be your flower inside. Then I've got some patterned green paper, which is going to be for the inside of the card as well. Scissors and glue. So we start by folding the red card in half, like that, so it makes a card. And then if we draw half a love heart on the paper, like so. I don't know if you can see that I've drew half a heart, and we're going to cut that out. Like that. So when we open it up, we have a love heart. So we're going to do the same again with the paper, fold it in half. But if you put your red card on this time and draw around the art that you've already cut out, that's it. But as we cut out this time, because we want this one a little smaller than that, so if we cut in front of the line, so it makes the heart a little bit smaller. I'll show you. Like that. So with your big heart, we're going to glue this one inside the red one, like so. So now your card should look like that. Yep. So now with your pink paper, we need to cut out 6 like tulip shapes. So if you can cut 6 shapes out like that, the same size, what you do is you get each one and fold them in half. Yep. So when you've got it folded in half, what we're going to do is, I might have to come a bit closer, is glue one side and then stick another one that's folded like that. So with all your 6 petals, we're going to do exactly the same. Glue off and then put another petal on. And then the same again. Till you've got all 6 glued together, and then you should have something that looks like that, if you can see it. Yep. So in your card, we're going to the green now. So I'm just going to cut a strip that's going to be the stem of your flower, and we're going to do the same again with this one. Fold it in half, and we're going to glue this down the crease of your card. Like that. You see? Now with your flower that you've just made, when it's opened up, if you look at the back, you should have a straight side. So that side we are now going to glue in the card at the top of the stem. Like that. So when you close your card, it closes up, and then when you open it, the flower opens out and pops up. So now, out of your green paper, I've cut 2 leaves. So we will glue the leaves on. And there you have a pop-up Mother's Day card.
What a beautiful craft that is. I hope you've enjoyed making that and that you'll spend some time and just give it to your mum. I am sure she will absolutely love it. I'm going to hand over to Sarah as she says a special prayer for this Mother's Day.
Father, thank you for the millions of mothers who are never in the limelight, but raise their children the way you instruct them to. Mother who love you and are faithful and true. You know them and you will reward them. Amen.
Thanks for that prayer, Sarah, and thank you to everyone who's taken part in today's Children's Church. It really is fantastic to get everybody together, even though we've got to do it digitally. I hope you've really enjoyed today and that you've had some fun thinking about your mum and making something special for your mum. Hope you have a very good rest of the day, and don't forget to spoil your mum just a little bit. Have a great week and stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Bye!